hopefully people won't give me too much shit there. Alright, let me know when you're here and I'll go from there. Okay, so first things first, I need you to tell me how loud I am versus the sounds of the game, and if you can hear the sounds of the game coming through twice because of the mic. And I also hear the dogs loud and clear. But is the sound coming through twice because it's coming through the mic? And not me, the sound. Like, you're only hearing that coming from the game, not from the mic too, right? Okay. Who are you looking at? Who are you looking at? Anyway. Alright, so we need to figure out how much you get back for using the repost. So we're at 0. How much do we get back for one backstab? 12. Oh god. Yeah, we get a lot of FP back. So I might actually have to ban that. Oh, it's dagger. 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 There we go. Okay, so you get more from riposts and less from backstabs, but still, you get, like, that's a pretty hefty amount that I'm getting back. So yeah, I'm gonna have to ban backstabs and riposts until I get my first booster. Yeah, it'll make a few fights a little bit more difficult, but as long really all I need to do is finish out the book. Did you did you kill this cat? No, okay, it's breathing. I was gonna, yeah, I was gonna say if this big boy hurt this poor little kitty, I would have had some shit to say. I wonder, I can pet him. I can pet the big boy. Wait, we can't do that because you can't pet things in Elden Ring. I'll lose the run if I pet him. All right. So now that the stream is like live and we've done all the troubleshooting, blah blah blah. It's probably going to be a little bit choppy. So if there's any disconnection or anything like that, let me know. So hello, anybody who may be watching and people who may watch the VOD in the future. My name is Lucy. I am currently playing Code Vein 2. Now, full disclosure, I have in fact beaten Code Vein 2 already. I actually beat it in time for the game to release. So I am not new to these fights, which is the main reason why I'm choosing to do this challenge run already. Um, and what we're doing basically is everybody and their grandmother keeps saying that Elden Ring, or excuse me, that Code Vein 2 is basically just Elden Ring if it was anime. And they said the Code Vein 1 is just Dark Souls if it was anime. So it got me thinking, why, if they truly are just Dark Souls and Elden Ring, then I should be able to beat the entire game playing it just like Elden Ring, right? Like that should be a breeze. I shouldn't even struggle if it's exactly the same. And so that's what we're going to do. Firstly, I am going to take the hood off. I put the hood on because I wanted to have the character reveal be special. But who else to do an Elden Ring themed journey than somebody from Elden Ring? You guys, I don't know if you saw his name when I went into stats or anything, because I know I pulled it up, but I don't think it actually showed anything. But here, we're going to go into the little dresser here. Perfect. It's on his chest, so you can't even see it. And then we just take off the cloak. Behold! It's Radagon. Yes, I know his hair isn't long enough, but they didn't really give me an option for hair to go all the way down his fucking back, or I would have used that option. But yeah, Radagon of the Sacred Order. And the only reason why he's wearing clothes is because I could not put paint on the rest of his body to make him look like the broken, fractured Radagon. So, sadly, no Radagon feet for you guys today. But yeah, let's go ahead and confirm that. And I'll go over the rules real quick. They are pretty simplistic if you know anything about Elden Ring. But basically, Elden Ring gives you access to a set list of movement options and ways to deal with fights. I need to head over to the training ground and I'll show you exactly all the moves I'm allowed to use in this playthrough. That is the doctor's office. We need to go in there. We have to go across the hall. I still have trouble navigating this place. Even though I've beaten the game, I still don't remember where anything is in Magmel. It's such a big, obnoxious area. But alright. So, in Elden Ring, you can do R1s. And you can do R2s. You can also do weapon arts, which I'm going to count that as a weapon art over there. You can also block, and you can also parry. Now, unfortunately, Code Vein 2 will not allow me to block and parry, so I'm going to be switching between the two of them depending on what boss I'm fighting. But the boss I know I can guard against, I'll bring the shield. If the boss I'm really confident in my parry abilities, I'll bring the parry one. But so we can use all of those things. What we can't use, and what Elden Ring doesn't have, is this right here. This is called a jail. In Code Vein 1, they were referred to as veils, where it was basically a cloak that could do different moves and stuff. I can't use this because, while it counts as a piece of armor, as you can see, swapping between them changes my defensive stats. But if I use it, then here, we do that, and then I use it, I get FP back. So I cannot use that. That is an illegal move because in Elden Ring you don't have an ability you can just use tied to your armor that gives you FP back. So I cannot use the jails as weapons. I can use them as armor, but I cannot attack with them willingly. The only exception I have is backstabs. And even that, I'm going to be placing a temporary restriction on backstabs because in Elden Ring, you don't get FP back when you backstab something. In Code Vein, you do. So my rule for that is that until I get my first booster, which is basically this game's rings, I am not going to be allowed to use ripostes or backstabs. Which, if anybody has played a Code Vein game even a little bit, backstabs and ripostes are probably the best ways to do damage, and fill up your spells so you can do more of them. On the subject of spells, in Elden Ring, in order to cast magic, you need catalysts. In Code Vein, no catalysts. I have sword, I have twin swords, and then I have a bayonet. Which brings me to another point. Bayonets are guns. They do this when you press the heavy attack button. Now, as we all know, Elden Ring doesn't have guns. So that bans this entire weapon class. I can use none of the bayonets in this game. Aside from that, everything else is fair game, weapon-wise. I think there's one other weapon type that I'm not allowed to use, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. They are called the Rune Blades. And the only reason why I wouldn't be able to use them is because there are no weapons in all of Elden Ring that function the same way that the Rune Blades do. So I would have to bar that class as well. And then as far as classes go, we have the Blood Codes. Now, as you know, Elden Ring only lets you choose one starting class, and then you have to build your stats based on whatever starting class you started with. Now, Code Vein doesn't let you do that. So what I've decided as a rule for the Blood Codes is that until I beat Jose, who would be this game's second boss, I'm not allowed to choose any of these other Blood Codes. I can choose another Lou Blood Code, like if I finish this one and she gives me her next one, I can use those. But I can't use Noah, and I can't use any other Blood Codes that I'll get until I've beaten Jose. Because in Elden Ring, the second boss is Renala, and Renala gives you the ability to respec. So those are the rules. There's a lot of them. And it may make this game feel miserable. But everybody says this is just Elden Ring, so let's see. Let's find out. And sure, I'll admit. I mean, I got Deborah in voice chat with me right now, so I'll be talking to her throughout the stream. I'm going to be skipping a lot of dialogue too, so if y'all want to hear the dialogue, then sorry, but I will admit that what I'm doing here is a little bit petty. And I'll get into it. I'll explain why I'm being a little bit petty here. But the short version of it is that I have heard nothing but people, like everybody who's talking about this game or reviewing this game, they all say that because Elden Ring exists, or because this game exists, or because whatever, like, they are exclusively comparing Code Vein to every other game on the planet instead of letting it exist as its own thing. And so, if it's supposedly supposed to be held up to the scrutiny of everything else in the world, then you should be able to play it like everything else in the world. And no, that doesn't mean I'm going to start a series of, can I play Code Vein like this game? But the one that stuck out the most to me is people say that this game isn't worth purchasing or even picking up because Elden Ring exists. And I want to make this clear. I don't dislike Elden Ring. I love Elden Ring. As you guys, anybody who's been on this channel would know that I am a big fan of fucking Elden Ring. But I don't think it's fair to tell people to not pick something up because something else exists. Because by that logic, don't pick up Dark Souls because Ninja Gaiden exists. You see how stupid that sounds? Neither of those games have anything to do with each other. They have a similar vein, sure, in the fact that they're both very difficult Japanese games. But to tell somebody to not pick up Dark Souls because you could instead be playing Ninja Gaiden feels like such an elitist dick thing to say. And don't get me wrong, it's obvious that Code Vein took inspiration from the Souls franchise. That's you'd be stupid to sit there and say that it didn't. It's very clear from the design. I mean, hell, just the way I'm moving right now. Look at this. That is literally a Dark Souls dodge roll. And so I'm not I'm not discrediting that the game is like I don't know how the hell this happened. I'm gonna jump down here. Okay. I don't really know what the hell happened there. That was weird. Um, like I get. Wait, what? What'd you say, Deborah? Oh.
There.
Oh, okay. Anywho. Yeah, it's like I said, I mean, it's clear that it took inspiration from Dark Souls. And it is fair to say that because Dark Souls exists, that Code Vein could be considered more clunky. And I would agree with that. I would agree that because the Souls games existed at the time that Code Vein 1 came out, Code Vein's level of clunk probably wasn't exactly justified. But at the same time, I believe it was their first time conquering a game of that particular system, because you got to remember they were making God Eater before that, and there's a whole nother team that handles games like Budokai, and I think Bandai also does the Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storms. Yeah, they do. Okay. Pretty much any anime game you could think of. Yeah, any anime series that gets a game that you could think of, Bandai is probably behind it. And so because of that, they have such a diverse portfolio, but almost none of them included anything that would be considered a quote-unquote Souls-like. Minor tangent, just to explain this. So this is called a bequeathed forma. Now, I'm going to allow this specific forma because it's a bow. And in Elden Ring, there are bows. So I'm going to allow myself to be able to use this one. It's literally like, see, that's all it is, just a bow. There's no magic, does nothing else, it's just a bow. And yes, it does cost FP to use it, but we're just going to pretend that the FP is arrows in that situation. But any other form I get, I have to look at what they do and decide whether there's something that exists in Dark Souls or not. But as I was saying, the thing that I think a lot of people don't fully understand when they're having the conversation about, Code Vein and its place in the Souls-like genre is people don't give it enough credit for its story. They're always talking about it's exactly like Dark Souls. It does the exact same thing, but at least you can understand what's happening in Code Vein. In Souls games, it's a little less fucking obvious what the hell's going on there. I mean, I still could not tell you exactly why Gwyn wants to keep the first flame going, because there's not really on its surface, there's not a giant benefit to ensuring that the first flame never goes out. I believe it's just because he thinks that as long as it keeps going, okay, that's where he went. I was trying to find that guy. I think it's more just that he believed as long as it kept going that, everybody would be okay, but the point is that right there is a good example. I could not tell you the story of fucking Dark Souls because it doesn't. You have to read descriptions. You have to read the souls and watch a Vadi video for 5 hours before you can even try to understand what's happening in a Souls game. Whereas Code Vein, because it's an anime game, it has more leeway to sit there and have actual structured cutscenes. Also, these are what I was talking about, these rune blades here. Now, as you can see, I'm throwing punches and kicks, which, yes, there are punches and kicks in Elden Ring. The problem is that they don't include swords. So, I'm gonna, for the moment, not use them, and then wait until I hear feedback from either Deborah or anybody else who may come along. Until I hear some feedback telling me I'm allowed to use them, I'm going to say they're off the table because Elden Ring doesn't have floating swords. It'd be cool if they did, but they don't. Well, we'll wait and see. Because I mean, if all the weapons that I'm using are already decent, I don't really need to switch to them anyway. They're just this game's new weapon. But, yeah. So the entire spirit of this run is just, if the game is so close to Elden Ring, then I should be able to beat every boss in this game without having any struggles, because I'm playing it just like Elden Ring. But this is going to double as a challenge run and a review of Code Vein 2 as a whole. Because as I go through, I'm going to explain different things I like about the game, different decisions that they made, things that I think they could improve on. And then we're just kind of just going to shoot the shit for the most part. I mean, I don't have a script for this stream. I've heard that some people do that now, and that's probably something I should get behind, but I'm not good at script writing. It's not one of my strong points, sadly. Me and Deborah are in the same boat with that one, I feel. Yeah, I know. Because originally the idea I had for this was to make it a video series, but it's like I'm not very good at editing. I never have been. Also, as you just saw there, I upgraded the blood code, so next time I talk to Lou, she should give me her blood code. And that I can switch to, because that's an upgraded version of her existing blood code. But I cannot switch to Noah. There's something else you've also probably noticed, is that I can have Noah with me like this. But Elden Ring doesn't have that, so back inside me he goes. And somebody may see this and be like, well, he's still with you, and you're getting buffs because he's inside you, and you're right. But the game, at many points in this game, you are not allowed to change partners, even to change them to the solo heart. So, since I have to have the partner with me, I'm not going to consider it an impossible or lost challenge just because I have to keep them inside me the whole time. Because if the game won't let me take them off, then what else am I supposed to do? So here's our first, I'm going to call it a boss, but there's like an asterisk here because this is just random fat enemy number 5. Go for the backstab, there we go. Oop, there we go. Can't riposte him though. Oop, get a roar. Move again, so back off. So this guy's a little bit easier, because like I said, he is just generic enemy number 5. It's not like he's anybody special. So this doesn't really show how different the game is. Which is why I get it. I do understand where the mentality comes from, that these games are basically like each other. But the issue I have is more to say, okay, Code Vein 2 is not worth $70 because it's not Elden Ring. That's where I have the issue. We could have a whole discussion about why Code Vein may not be worth $70 and why games in general probably shouldn't be worth $70. But at the end of the day, the current market price for games as a whole is between the 70 and 80 range. Sometimes you'll get lucky. You'll get a game that comes out around $60. But that's not the norm. That's an aberration at most. And it sucks. It does. As somebody who's been gaming pretty much my entire life, seeing the price of games jump from fucking... God, I want to say they used to be as low as $15 a pop at fucking my local video store. But sadly, we're in the timeline where games are just $70 a piece. So whether they're worth the $70 or not is an argument that can be made. But I would argue, For me, what justifies a $70 price tag comes down to what I get out of the game.
We should.
Like, I don't care if the game looks like, because I mean, just look around, Deborah. Tell me that this game does not look kind of fucking ugly graphically. At least here, at least in this spot. Like, the characters look good, but the world itself. I mean, here, I'll just like look at that. It's not exactly the most beautiful fucking environment on the planet by any means. But I don't really care about that as much. I've never been one who cared about the environmental graphics because it's just shit that I'm looking at. It's not the battle that I'm having. It's not my own character. It's not the main characters or anything like that. It's just the world around me that I'm looking at. So I don't care as much when the graphics are kind of shit in the environment, but like okay everywhere else. Because like these still look decent, and they still fit the exact art style of the character itself. I mean, look at the cell shading. If I stand right next to it, it's the same cell shading. So that's all I care about. As long as it doesn't look jarring and fucking not part of the world I'm currently walking in, I don't really care. For me, it's the story, the gameplay, and the characters. And I've seen a lot of people... hold on a second here, sorry. I've seen a lot of people who play the game for the first, 10 hours, and I know, as somebody who will use the exact same justification in saying that I'm not going to continue watching One Piece after the first season if the first season didn't catch me. And that's an example. I actually haven't watched One Piece, so I'm using it as an example. Don't come at me with the pitchforks. I have not watched One Piece yet, so I don't have any negative opinion on it. Don't worry. The point is, if you tell somebody who's watched the first season of One Piece and they've said, I don't really like the show, if you tell them, oh, that's just because you only finished the first season, you got to watch the entire 1,000 episodes before you make your opinion of the show, that's just dumb. Ain't nobody gonna watch 1,000 hours of something to figure out if they like it or not. But what I will say is if you only watch the equivalent of the first 3 episodes of the first season, then yeah, I would say maybe don't make your judgment just yet. Maybe finish the season before you say you hate it, you know? And I'm noticing a lot of people with Code Vein 2 specifically are making their judgments before even reaching Jose. And sure, that's a good amount of hours into the game before you meet Jose, but if you're making all of your judgments based off of Magmel Island, which, to give you a comparison, this is Magmel. This is how big Magmel is. This is how many things are on Magmel, right? This is the whole map. If you're making your opinion of the game based off of this, before you've reached any of this, then you have not given the game a fair shot. That's just my opinion. If you disagree, that's okay. You're entitled to that opinion, to think that you are allowed to make a decision based off of this tiny little area. But to me, I view this whole area as the tutorial area to Dark Souls 3. This is the area right before you fight Gundy and head into the Firelink Shrine. Could you imagine how stupid you would look saying that Dark Souls 3 sucked because you just got through Gundyr and found the game boring up to that point? You'd look dumb. And that's what I mean is, unfortunately, this is one of those games where you do kind of have to leave the tutorial area before you get any meaningful characters. Spoiler alert, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Noah doesn't get brought up again until the very end of the game as far as his importance to the story is concerned. The reason I said spoiler alert is because the game did just come out, so... because of that, like you would think because how non-fleshed out he is that's just how the whole game is going to be, and that's just not the case. They just didn't give you the full fleshing out of him because he becomes more important later. Whereas the other characters, you get an entire fucking adventure with them where you get to learn who they are and learn about them. And so, like I said, Jose, I would argue, would be the first character to really make your decision on the story with. Because she's cute, she's funny, and I personally like her. I mean, I am in the boat of I think maybe they should have made her more adult looking because she's supposed to be like a 1,000-year-old vampire, but she looks like a fucking 10-year-old, so that would be my complaint. I know, that's Japan for you, that's the sad part, but I'm not going to hold that against her because I know that's how anime works. It just means that I'm not going to view her as anything more than just a cute companion. And if you do view her as more than that, then I guess more power to you, but just not my cup of tea. I like my women to look robust and mature. Point is, she's the first character you meet who really has her own personality and character going for her. So if you haven't met her yet, then I don't think it's fair to make an opinion on the game based on like the characters you met up to that point. Now, as for the open world itself, I will say this. For the open world itself, I wouldn't say that there's a lot of nothing to do, but a good portion of the places where the game wants you to go, you're going to be going around doing a lot of nothing while you're trying to get to a point of interest. Because the point of interests do something, they all do. It's just in between where you currently are standing and the point of interest you're going to go to, it can feel a little empty. They put little knickknacks here and there for you to pick up as you go along, but I would argue that, yeah, you're going to be a little bored on the overworld, and that's okay. It's an open world game. I feel like you really can't have open world without having a boring fucking overmap, because that's just how that works. If they could program more than just a boring overmap, then they would have done a linear story. But again, these are all my opinions. You can feel free to look at it however you like. This is just how I personally feel about the game, is all. But I do think there is enough to encourage you to want to go do things around the map. Like, for example, if I were to pull up the map right now, I don't think anything's going to attack me. But pull up the map right now, as you can see, there's this symbol right here. And then if I go over here, there's this symbol right here. And this right here is a golden sea, which means every time you pick one of these up, you get a heal. This right here is a buff. Every time you see one of these, you get a buff that picks random stats to give bonuses to. And then if I zoom the map out, you can see all the teleport locations and the cave locations. And these are all points of interest you can visit. So there is a decent amount of things to do. It's all just a matter of what you decide is more fun to do. Do you want to go pick up all the heals right away, or do you want to go pick up the buffs? Because I'm a little on the I'm a little on the pick up all the buffs and heals before doing any of the dungeons boat myself. Because it makes fighting a lot easier when you go through and get a bunch of attack boosts and health boosts and stuff like that. So once I enter a new area, the first thing I do is I look at the map and I see how many blues and how many buffs there are. Yep. And some of them you won't know right away because they're in caves or they're in underground locations. You know, they're not all just going to be right in your face, which... I don't know, I kind of like that a little bit better than I like how Elden Ring handled it, because it always felt like... I don't know, it felt like once you saw where the fucking cathedrals were, it was pretty obvious that that's just where you go, is to the shrine. Whereas this one, you don't know until, like, you've actually explored that something that you were looking at is underground, or it's on a different layer, or it's in one of the dungeons. I'll be the first to say that this starting area is probably going to be the easiest for this run because you don't really have anything. The game doesn't expect you to have a lot of tools to work with, so sure, the opening bits you're definitely going to be able to play like a Souls game. Okay, so not that way, we go this way first. There he is.
Nice job finding that.
You can do sneak attacks in Elden Ring. Play Metal Gear Ring. Cue the Invisible song. I still need to know where that meme came from because I've been seeing it everywhere now. Like, is it all the snakes, or is it only Metal Gear Solid 5 Snake? The meme where somebody says anything Metal Gear related and then it just starts playing that Invisible song. Okay, so it's specifically Metal Gear Solid 5, gotcha. Is it because that song plays in Metal Gear Solid, or is it just a song that...
Aren't you forgetting something?
Oh, okay. I personally prefer Snake Eater.
This should make things a little easier.
I know. I'm just saying I prefer it. Wait, it says there's an item. Oh, there is an item up there. Oops. I wonder if I should ban that. The only reason I knew there was an item up there is because I looked at the minimap and saw the sparkle. Elden Ring doesn't have that.
We're fine.
Hell, the only reason I'm using this is because this counts as a Snake of Marika, but I have to interact with it first before it counts.
Damn. So much for that.
Ow. 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 Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Well, we've run into our first, like, point of showing why this game has the mechanics it does. Also, yes, I am going to allow the revives despite Elden Ring clearly not having a revive system, because I'm, like, yeah, my sanity would not be able to handle me intentionally taking a death every time I revive because of the mechanic existing. Ouch, that was a Morgott move, that's what that was. Stop roll catching me, Jesus. There we go. Screen. Some good damage in there. Just miss. Also, yes, I will be allowing these little pulses that happen when I don't actually get a backstab. Because it still counts as a backstab. He staggered long enough for me to have gotten a riposte if I was playing Elden Ring. It just doesn't actually trigger a riposte animation until you've done it enough times. Like right there, that's a stagger animation. Roar again. Ow. Yeah, you can think of this guy as a soldier of God, Rick. What are you about to say? Oh, good job. Proud of you. You gonna go apply to be a mental? That's okay. You can do it. Just play a white mage and just spam random dungeons. You'll get that in no time.
That? I'm glad. Let's get our asses back. We'll be exploring.
Okay, so that takes care of those. And like I said, I mean, it's pretty obvious that this starting part here is not hindered by this challenge to play the game just like Elden Ring. But I can promise you, it is going to gradually get worse. Oh, okay, I know where that is.
Treading carefully. Fine by me.
I don't think I can get in here yet. Yeah, let's go back to Magval.
Good work. Just imagine the research that'll come out of those.
Oh wait, hold on, I can't watch these. Elden Ring doesn't have cutscenes. Only during bosses and for some reason when a bridge gets raised from the lava.
Hey, are you all right?
Oh, stop talking to me. I don't know, but what's funny is that has a cutscene, but Rolana in the DLC does not. Even though she's literally a Malekith, Jesus Christ. She's fucking what's his name? Mesmer. There we go. She's Mesmer's girlfriend or whatever. But she doesn't have a cutscene. But for some reason, a bridge in the Volcano Manor does have a cutscene. So I suppose if there's a cutscene with a bridge, I have to watch that. But any other cutscenes that happen, I have to skip them because Elden Ring doesn't have cutscenes. Oh wait, hold on. I don't want to go in here yet. I want to go get I need to go back this way. Yeah, so we get in that cave. Because there's a buff in this cave, so I want to go get it. And now you might be wondering, well, Elden Ring doesn't have buffs. Well, actually, in Shadow of the Erdtree, you have what's called Skidoo fragments. So I will consider this game's Skidoo fragments. I'm going to grab these because I need that for a cooking recipe later. I need eggs, so I will grab all 5 of these as well. Okay. Only eggs can sustain me. Bring me eggs. Bring me eggs. Anyway, Oni plays. Please do not copyright strike my channel. I'm just having fun. Give me. Thank you. Oh, okay. So it won't let me in there because I have to go activate the tower first. Gotcha. All right, whatever. It's fine. I was gonna go activate the buff first, but Oh, something glowing there. It's a lemon. It is a lemon. There's walnuts. Remember to grab life by the walnuts, kids. Also, what do you think, Deborah? You think I did a good job enough making an outfit that you'd think Radagon would have worn before his fracturing? Because Marika would have a dress on, but I think he.
Let's look around.
Yeah, I know that. Wait, what was I supposed to do? Oh, I was supposed to talk to Valentin. I totally skipped that. That's why there's people blocking those fucking dungeons. Oops. Oh, I knew I forgot to do something in there. Hold on a second here. Okay, let's go talk to Valentin's dumbass. Huh.
Our
I
work is
farted in his face. Can't do that. It's a cutscene.
Valentin sure warmed up to... All right.
Hey, don't get mad at me if y'all can't follow the story. This is, it's a Souls game. Souls games will always be cryptic. It's their nature. Also, let me stand directly here while I interact with this NPC because I'm streaming and I don't want to get in trouble. Okay, now I need to
I take it.
do this and then the okay. All right, I'm looking at her back. I'm fine. I was looking at her back. I didn't want it to be her front. Deborah, it's so exposed that I probably would get in trouble for it. If the cleavage dips too deep, you can get in trouble. I don't care about monetization. I don't think my channel's monetized, but I just don't want to get in trouble for having something. Go ahead. I don't know. I don't know how that works. Oh, okay. Well, fine. Next time I go in there, I'll stare directly at them. I'll use photo mode to zoom in and everything.
Make
I
sure
didn't touch it.
up.
There we go. Okay, so now we go over here. We pick this up, but now I got a whole triangle because that's a cutscene. We can't have those. Can't have those. Can't have those.
Because of your bond with Noah. I can use my current, but lady, we can save.
Okay, so here's the question. Now, this game has a mechanic that allows you to go back and save people to then have them appear in the present and all that. Now, Elden Ring obviously doesn't have a time travel mechanic and therefore cannot have you go back in time to save a boss from its current state of damnation. However, since this game's story entirely revolves around me going into the past, I have a decision to make on whether to count the altering timelines. Now, the story does not require me to alter the timelines. That is an optional thing. And so I think what I'm going to do for now, and I'll make a decision, a better decision later. I can't watch this cutscene. I'll make a better decision later. But for right now, the way I'm looking at it is I will not be... Yeah, I know you help people in Elden Ring. The problem is more so that you helping those people doesn't change the course of the storyline itself. It just decides what the ending is. Whereas in this one, actively helping people changes the entire course of the story.
Something the matter?
Nah. I'll figure it out. I don't have to make any decisions right this second. Okay, so as you can see, going from Lu 1 to Lu 2 is a flat increase to all of my base stats. And so I'm going to do that. And then when I go talk to the lady out here, I think I'll get a hold of my first ring, which means now I can do backstabs and ripostes. Yeah, this bitch.
Now that you and Lu are one, I sense you've awakened a new, unique ability. All Revenant powers are influenced by aptitudes called blood codes. Your unique ability allows you to absorb any blood code and call upon it at will. What's more, you seem to adapt to these blood codes the more you fight. Wondrous potential dwells in you. I've come up with a way to aid you, albeit indirectly. Close your eyes. I need a small sample of your blood. Perfect. I've extracted an assimilated blood code to synthesize a booster.
Ah, there we go. There's our first quote-unquote ring. Which means there. Now I can do backstabs.
I haven't introduced. I contribute eliminating if there's any. Hiya. I'm in booster all the but from.
Okay, so she's gonna give me a quest line. I'm gonna skip it. If anybody genuinely cares about the story, that is okay. I'm just not. I've already beaten it, so I'm not gonna go out of my way to rewatch all of the stuff I've already seen. So if anybody wants me to hold on cutscenes and stuff like that, then you'll just have to let me know, because for now I do not care. Excuse me while I go get a blood code from Big Boob Lady.
My minions operate. Oh, it's you. Off to vanquish the heroes? You'll... I suppose I could lend you a hand. If you don't mind indirect aid, that is. Hand-to-hand combat isn't for me.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, give it here. As I thought. If you find any others... Don't get too worked up. Fine. Don't let me down. Rocks.
Yep, okay. So I just have to bring her rocks. I am going to give her the wine.
Huh. Now there's a...
I'm going to give her... Oh, I thought I had munchies.
Huh. Now there's a thoughtful gift.
I'll give her the soap to tell her she needs to take a bath.
Huh. Now there's a thoughtful gift.
Here, let that be a lesson, kids. Anytime you find alcohol, just bring it to the local big boob goth lady, and she'll take it off your hands. Remember, if you get her drunk, she might hang out with you. We here at, I don't even know the name of my channel anymore. Gaming. You do not condone. I think it's Lord Slayer. It was Kitty Wolf Gaming for a while, but I think it's Lord Slayer Lucy now. Oh, K-Wolf, yeah. That's the abbreviation. The channel itself is just called Lord Slayer Lucy. But, like, the tagline is K-Wolf Gaming, because apparently Kitty Wolf was confusing people. So now it's just Quoof. I don't know, but now it's just Quoof. Quoof.
Shall we rest a while?
Okay, now I can go to that dungeon. Ugh. Ow. I took fall damage. No! My hitless run is over. See, the joke there is that I got smacked around like a fucking day-old prostitute in that previous boss fight, so my no-hit run has died a long time ago.
It seems to continue on.
Also, I'm sure that was a weird mental image for everybody, so I'm sorry for saying that specific sentence. Especially the idea of a day-old prostitute. The fuck does that even mean? And I know some of you smart Alex are gonna see that I used the talk to Lou option to wind up in that weird little dimension there. And as you know, Elden Ring doesn't have weird little dimensions, but Elden Ring does have options you can choose when you're sitting in a grace that allows you to talk to Ronnie and Melina. So, yeah, that's right. Checkmate. Guy who doesn't exist in the back of my head.
Use caution.
If there's anything you're going to learn about challenge runners, is that we invent hecklers that never exist and never show up as comments on our videos because we have like a voice in the back of our head. We don't want to acknowledge that we're the ones telling ourselves that this is invalid, so we blame it on non-existent people. Makes us feel better about ourselves.
The marvels of civilization.
Oh, that reminds me, I probably could have taken her off at the Grace, whatever. It's not a big deal. I'll take her off the next time I go by a Grace. Oh hey, I found another stone for her. Like I said, this is totally legal. I actually haven't mathed out if headshots do more damage than body shots. 244. Oh, okay, yeah, they do.
Couldn't touch you.
Neat. That's good to know for future endeavors. Oh, that's right, I can go up here. Yeah.
Brace yourself.
Brace myself for what?
I'll protect you.
Somebody see me? That no, nobody. What the fuck are you going on about, lady? Yes, this is exactly how I play Elden Ring, so why am I gonna run out there and die when I could instead take pot shots? Oh, he saw me. Fine then, let's tussle. Okay, I do have it equipped. Good. Wanted to make sure before I went for the backstab. There.
What's this?
Oh. Why did that lag? Yeah, like he His health bar showed up and then he took the damage. Oh, he did not like that I was taking pot shots. He took one of his own. Yo, dude, calm down. You need to relax, is what you need to do, my friend. You are doing too much to just be a random grunt in the dungeon, okay? He was aggressive. Casual table destruction.
Did you forget something?
Ooh, a halberd. Gonna swap to it. Yes, I can. Alright, so as you can see, actually that's another thing I didn't get to point out in the beginning there. So, if you look at the halberd, as you can see down there, there are two weapon arts for this weapon. Now, Elden Ring only lets you have one weapon art per weapon. Which means that I have to decide if I want the weapon to have Golden Vow or whatever the hell Mad Turbulence is. I can't have both. So, I'm probably going to stick with Golden Vow on it just because, I mean, attack buffs are always welcome. But buffing me until I actually see a threat lady. Oh, hi there. And now it's just you and me, big boy. Dude, you need to calm down with your backstepping. You're pissing me off with it. You are generic enemy number 5. Learn your place, please. Thank you. Oh. Forgot about these abominations.
Seems it still works.
I made a pretty good fucking anime guy.
Hardly the most welcoming place, is it?
Take away the cracks and the glowing yellow eyes, and I could see this being the main character of a fucking Bandai game. Oh, that's right here. Let me go to customize, and we're gonna take the weapon art. Actually, you know what? We're gonna take Adrenaline off. We're gonna leave Mad Turbulence because I think that's a that's an AOE move. So we're gonna keep that because this boss coming up is a boss and 2 backup dancers. And we all know how I feel about a boss and 2 backup dancers. I don't need any of those. Attack power up when assimilated. So yeah, unfortunately I can't get away from the assimilated blood codes situation. That is just here forever. So I have to use that blood code. Or not that blood code, you know what I mean. I have to use the assimilated thing. I don't have a say in the matter. Also, I didn't know the Guardian Heart gave me a blood code. That's interesting. Uh-oh. Oops. Damn, I was hoping that'd be enough to kill both of them. Nope, just mildly perturbs them. And I'm instantly dead. So this right here is exactly why playing this game like Elden Ring is hard to do. Because I actually have two things I could use here to make this a more manageable fight. First thing is a partner. Second thing is there's an axe you get that slows down enemies when it hits them. It's a 1v1 now, but it would have been I would have been a 1v1 within seconds if I had my partners with me. Ugh. Oops, I shouldn't have attacked again. Ooh. Ooh. Can't see. Bad camera's bad. And now it just becomes a fair 1v1. I'm gonna heal. And fuck it. It would be Elden Ring if I wasn't spamming weapon arts. We jump back to that, close the gap, and then spin a Rooney on him. There we go. It's a little bit more of a struggle than the last guy I fought. Not too much. Let's start here, I guess. Yeah, let's start here. Because the last thing I need to go grab is there's a seed down in another dungeon. I'm going to go grab that. Okay. Oh god, not one of those things. I can't fight those. Remember, this is the thing I was telling you about, this thing right here. You have to hit it in the face to do damage. Yep. I hate that enemy so much. Okay, well I can't really do much about the fucking positioning there. Why is that not doing damage? I'm literally shooting the fucking statue. Oh god, not that move. Okay, cool, you can dodge that move. Oh. That's kind of lame, that was supposed to stagger. Why does those do no damage? Ooh. Hey, bro, do you want to just fight me fair and square, maybe? Instead of standing up on spots where I can't hit you? Well, at least this is very Elden Ring-like. Alright, I'm gonna have to wait for it to reset because I literally can't damage it where it's currently standing. Is it stuck? Is that what's happening here? Maybe I can get it to turn around. Nope. I think it's stuck. Well, if he's gonna be stuck, I'm gonna leave. Nice try, asshole. Yeah. It's somehow got itself stuck. Hold on a second. Alright, sorry about that. Yeah, so he's stuck. He ain't going nowhere. Oh god, there's her bitch ass again. Yeah. Oh my god, just get me out. I hate the stinky water. Okay, so now that I've gone there, I'm gonna go back to Magmel so I can upgrade my weapons, because the gentleman we're about to fight in here fucking sucks. Yeah, I'll upgrade that. You know what I could do? Because rune blades and bayonets don't exist in Elden Ring, I can say that bayonets are magic staves and rune blades are seals. So these can be my spellcasters. I think that's what I'm going to do. Okay, that just increases the attack, doesn't increase anything else, so I'm not going to worry about spending the money on it.
Take good care.
Okay. Go ahead. Damn. Who didn't get to 10 just yet? Come back. I'm in the poo-poo water again. My poor character can't get out of it. Get out of the poo-poo water. Not every game, just every Souls game. Oh hey, I can upgrade my bow now, nice. I missed. but that cat magic. Just ignore the spotlight directly behind you, sir. You're about to- Haha! Get dumped into the water, stupid. How do I, Oh, there's no way for me to cancel the shot once it's defined, is there? Ow. Can't see because there's fat gut. Come over here. I definitely have the shield up, but that's okay. That's fine. Not worried about it. Hooray! You fat got killed. Okay. Now we get to the enemy that I'm almost convinced you need to engage in Code Vein mechanics to beat. This asshole right here. Alright. Time to go get our shit pushed in. Luckily that one missed me. You did a pretty hefty amount of damage with that one attack that you did. Oh god, get away. Oh, he's doing it. He's gonna start spamming it, huh? This. Oh, that should have been a backstab. Scream. Immediately go on the offensive right after the scream. There we go. So we're not going to count that as voided because I clearly went to do the backstab and for some reason it didn't. So we're not counting that as voided. Stamina, please. Oh shoot. I knew it. Please don't spam. Big move. Roll. Backstab? Yep. There we go. And then, I don't know why I did that. That was stupid. Oh, okay, cool. He let me get away with that. Nope. I think that missed. Roll it. Nope. Not much I can do when he keeps spamming the same move for again. What, the fact that they can just do whatever the hell they want and never stop? No, that's... Go ahead. Oh, the fact that he keeps doing it way more than he probably should? Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Alright, let's see if he'll let me be stupid again. Okay. Honestly expected him to be a little bit more of a struggle, but it's probably just because of how many times I fought him by this point that I'm just so used to his bullshit. But I mean, I'm as much as I said this is supposed to be like a petty thing, I am completely open to admitting if I can get through this game playing it just like Elden Ring, then I'm willing to admit when I'm fucking wrong. But I genuinely just believe it's because we're only on the tutorial island, so. What is aggroed on me? Okay. I don't know what was aggroed on me, but something was making my stamina go down. Can't watch that cutscene.
Welcome.
I didn't buy the weapons from him yet, so let's do that, and we'll buy all the spells if we can. Nope, I need another 400 for that one. There we go. Sell those. Buy that. A decent number of salts, it's fine. Okay. So, the proficiency there, you probably can't see it because of how small it is, but that little bit of red that's on the proficiency bar, that shows that that boss I just fought right there is more intended for the next area than this area. Because the boss I just fought, it's like I said, it belongs to the next area, but this blood code is a D level, which means I would have to have I think I have to be in the third area for D levels to get noticeable increases. Uh-oh. Alright, we gotta go up here and find a Grace real quick. Grace, Mistle, Bonfire, whatever the fuck you want to call it these days. They're all synonyms. They're all cinnamons. Anyway, I'm gonna take a quick BRB, just to go use the restroom. I will be back shortly. Also, Deborah, I noticed that when we look at him from behind, he looks like the guy who laughs like a psychopath from King of Fighters. Yeah. Does he not? He looks a little bit like Yagami. What do you mean now? Who the fuck is Rugal? No cutscenes, we don't do that here. I might be thinking of a Castlevania character from the PS2 game. Do you know who I'm talking about? Yeah, does he not look a little bit like him from behind, actually? Then you look at the face, it's different, but the outfit, the bandages. I didn't even do that on purpose. That's the funny part. Oh, this guy.
I will carry out your will, Jose.
This is the guy who clearly has the Dynasty Warriors voice, but I don't know whose it is.
She and I were comrades in arms. But she's gone now. This is her family grave.
I mean, there's only one elderly revenant in the entire game, so.
Sacrifice for Idris's seal. Then the resurgence took her sister before her eyes. One by one, the world took her family from her. Yet despite all she suffered, she gave up her life so we could live. And I let her sacrifice go to waste. They all died because I was a useless wretch. I will carry out your will, Jose. On my life, she and I were, but Joe, what yet?
Well, you did say that Jotai and Yuan Shu were in this, so that could be Jotai's voice actor right there. Didn't you say that Jotai and Yuan Shu were voiced by the same dude, and I told you I didn't believe that? You wanna know why I don't believe that? Because Jotai sounds like this. And Yuan Shu sounds like this! That's what I'm saying. That's impressive as hell if it's the same guy. I'll give him credit. Alright, speed run through that guy's dialogue. Speed run through this guy's dialogue, because neither of these are main characters. Also, for anybody watching, you may hear me chewing shortly because I made myself some quesadillas. And yes, I said that wrong on purpose, so don't get mad, people.
The caravan,
I know how to say quesadillas. I just think it's funnier to say quesadilla.
Welcome.
I'm a slap with my wife. Boop. Yeah, y'all remember that, right? When Thomas the Tank Engine slept with the conductor's wife? That was a funny episode.
Come again.
They should do that more often. Yep. And what's funny is, so the conductor was just chilling at home watching TV, and then all of a sudden he just started hearing, "Come on, motherfucker, come on! Come on, motherfucker, come on!" And then the train just blasted through his fucking house. Or we could do the Snoop Dogg version where it's just smoke, smoke, smoke weed every day. I do too. I love that just Thomas the Tank Engine has just been bastardized into meme format. Ooh, Thomas's? I don't doubt it. They're changing all of the designs from our childhoods because I honestly don't know. I would have originally said it was because they're trying to make them more relevant for this newer generation, but like,
Beyond
why would you have to
here,
change the
the
designs for
warrior
that to be a thing?
center. Keep your wits.
Hear that voice inside my head? I don't need you anymore! That's a valid public crash out right there. Screaming at the voice in your head that you don't need them anymore. Alright, so here's the big question, Deborah. Do I fight Giant Monkey to further prove my point, or do I ignore Giant Monkey? Because that is a big monkey. Well, that's kind of the point, is to show people how more difficult the game is by not having the code vein mechanics. But so far, the the hardest thing I had was the one boss there that I already know, so it didn't really show how difficult it could be to fight it. Yeah, fuck it, we'll fight it. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, there we go. Time for you to stop monkeying around. Your existence is making me go bananas. You might think you're a barrel of fun. Okay, I deserve that one. He killed me for that one. I deserved it. Oh god. Oh god. He's giving me the suck. I don't want the suck. Ow. I'm looking for a stagger there. Is it just me, or does he not have sound effects? Even with the roar, I didn't hear anything come out of him when he roared either. Oh my god, stop. Just let me heal. Also, what in the Artorias was that move? Where he just fucking flipped down on me 3 times there. I disagree with some of these hitboxes, if I can be honest. Oh, what the hell was that? I think he's supposed to have sound effects, folks. I don't know what the hell's going on with him specifically. Like, that right there... Yeah, that right there definitely should have had a sound effect. Oh, I almost... Definitely almost rolled too early on that one. Ow. Screaming, yep. I do it. Okay, so it's worth pointing out that the only reason why I didn't have to retry that fight multiple times is because the fucking revive mechanic in this game. If there was not a revive mechanic in this game, that would have taken at least 20 minutes. So that right there is all the proof you need that this game is fucking awful without using code vein mechanics. So going forward, what I am going to do, at least just for the next 2 bosses I fight, I am not going to use the revive mechanic. If I die and then revive, I have to immediately kill myself. Because I just, like, Because that was a sword guy, too. I revived twice during the sword guy, I think. Also, you gotta, like, do the thingy, Deborah, because you started playing a game, obviously. There you go. Yeah, she becomes a robot when she opens up a game for some reason. Maybe. Just trying to get on the motorcycle with that. Just in case people are wondering why I just did that. I was just trying to get on the motorcycle. I'm going to allow the motorcycle because Torrent exists in Elden Ring.
Good. We've made it through. Now let's continue along this way.
Yeah. Tender Crimson Stone 1. Well, it's 2, but I have one of them. Nope, no cutscenes allowed. Yoink, Pure Platinum 2. Anything over this way aside from death? No? Oh, there's this. Oh, and then there's something over here, too. Oh. I remember you guys from Code Vein 1. Little blobby buttholes. Oh shit. Multiples. Oh. I wonder what they're defending so fucking adamantly. Oh, Tender Crimson 3. Okay, that makes sense. Oh, God. I don't know why that's lagging. Or are you just not gonna... You just not gonna come do anything about this? Gonna let me keep doing that to you? I welcome the sweet embrace. Oh, there was another one over there the whole time. God damn it. Dun 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 dun. Bum bum bum! Oh shit. Oh shit, he saw me. Oh shit, he saw me. Backstab. Oh, okay, their health bars aren't really that big. I don't have to be all super sneaky. Bro, you did not see me. That's bullshit and you know it. There you go. You want to shoot, you die. Ooh, another Tender Crimson 2. Oh, what the fuck is this up here now? It's a venom trap. You know, this is one of the reasons why I say that this guy has a lot more strength than Miyazaki does, because it was called Venom Trap, and if this was a Souls game, there would have been like a bunch of poison guys that ambushed me when I picked it up. But because this isn't a Souls game and it's a Code Vein, he has more restraint. Except for making me fight that fucking thing again. I'm not doing it because he's gonna get stuck again. Over here, let's see. Is there like a grace or something nearby that I can rest at? Because I'll go find it. I just have to make sure I can respawn somewhere. I generally don't know where I am. For all the credit I give to Jose for being one of the most, oh, hello there, sir, being one of the more interesting characters, I didn't really explore her area all that much. Yeah. Oh, here we go. There's a grace right over here. Turn around. So we turn around. Oh, that's one of these fellows. I didn't even know this dude was over here.
Welcome. Any?
Neat. Oh shit, he sells this Zweihander.
Come again.
I'll take a look at it. Come on. Thank you. Hey, I can use it without being over encumbered. Okay. What? Oh, what game? Oh, what game were you trying to play? Smooth as... Okay. Here's a second. Ugh. Shit. I got the third one wrong. Got it. I got it because I got my trusty Zweihander back. For anybody who doesn't know, Zweihander is literally the most broken weapon in all of Code Vein 1. Which is also funny because it's the most broken weapon in all of Dark Souls 1. Means this might be my weapon of choice depending on how things go. I'll get there eventually. Just gotta use the Zelda strat. Nodule everywhere. Shit. Damn it, quesadilla stuff getting stuck to the plate. Stop getting stuck to the plate. Oh god, the whole quesadilla is gonna rip now. Eh. Okay. Hey, Deborah, what's the time on the stream? Oh, okay, hold on. 2 hours and 3 minutes. So I think I'm gonna go upgrade my Zweihander. Yeah, I was gonna say I'm gonna go upgrade my Zweihander and I'm gonna call it here. I mean, so far, if I'm being honest, it's not as bad as I was expecting it to be. I definitely expected it to be a lot harder than it's actually turning out to be, so I'm not upset about that. But I also know what this game is capable of, so I wouldn't be surprised if it pulls something out of its ass.
Take good care.
Alright. Oh, wait, hold on. I didn't realize we had a second ring. Attack power up for next attack after drain attack. Oh. Well, since I can't use the drain attack, I guess I'll have to wait until riposte happens. Which, I mean, to be fair, there is a ring in Elden Ring that increases damage after backstabs and ripostes, so. But yeah, I'm gonna end it here. Like I said, if I'm being completely honest, it's not as bad as I was expecting it to be. So we'll see if this gets turned into a full playthrough or not. For right now, I'm gonna do one more stream on it just to get to Jose, because Jose for me is the hardest boss in the game, and so if I can beat her without using any of the Code Vein mechanics, then I'll probably keep it going after that. But if I struggle a lot with her because I'm not using Code Vein mechanics, then I'm gonna call it there. But for anybody who was watching, if you enjoyed it, appreciate you sticking around. Otherwise, I will see you guys in the next stream.